All right.
I'm coming, y'all. Oh, they rearranged in here. Thank you.
You stand by.
Put that over there, love. Leave it out there.
For the past 30 minutes, you had been listening to the Nature's Formula radio broadcast. You're in tune to the radio station WPCE, Portsmouth, Norfolk. It is now 11 o'clock a.m. I'm the brother Donald L. Eason. Good morning. At this time, we will now join the Love Spot radio broadcast with your radio minister, Minister Love. Good morning to you, Minister Love.
Good morning, Mr. Eason, and good morning to you, lovelies. Good morning, Mrs. G.
Good morning to you.
Oh, we are just delighted to be in your ear listening presence today, and we're going to dive right into our conversation. Let's start with Psalms 22:28. For dominion belongs to the Lord, and he rules over the nations. And I just wanted to just address that scripture right now because we get so fearful of what's going on in the world, and we forget that we as Christians are in the world, but we're not of the world. And we forget who our leader really is and who rules over us and who protects us and who provides for us. We tend to forget that. So we just wanted to, just have some discussion on what's going on in our city. Y'all know we're in Portsmouth. Y'all know what's going on in Portsmouth. If you're not, we're going to talk a little bit about it. But I'm going to let Miss G chime in on that scripture, and then we're going to move right into our topic.
Yes, Minister Love, you said a mouthful because everything that we go through, God allow it. And we have to remember as Christians that anything he allows us to go through, he's going to bring us through it. He's going to pull us out of whatever situation that we're in. So we have to always give thanks and give praise to God for what he gives us daily. And we need to just throw up all the praise that we can for him.
And remembering that faith without works is dead. So we can have faith, but we still have to put in some work. And that's going to be our leeway into our discussion. Y'all know that in Portsmouth, a lot of our city council, the majority of our city council members, they haven't been making the best decisions for the citizens in Portsmouth. And I spoke on behalf of the jail issue on Thursday night in favor of our deputies that were at risk of losing their jobs, 200 jobs. I don't know if y'all heard about it, but I'm about to tell you. They wanted to close the jail in Portsmouth and send 250 inmates to Hampton Roads Regional Jail and basically let that be our city jail. And I just thought that was just ludicrous, and I wasn't going to stand for being a deputy, a prior deputy myself. I'm now retired from the city of Chesapeake. I was not going to just let them do that to them because I know they have very limited ability to say anything on their behalf. So guess who spoke up? Yours truly, because when you care about people, you don't treat them any kind of way. And if you're a city leader, you are supposed to care about the citizens of that city. And we just don't have that in the majority council in Portsmouth right now. And it has been blatantly displayed to the city. So I had vowed that night to make sure that we don't forget as citizens, neither what city you're in, you don't forget that if a person doesn't vote for your best interest, you don't need to vote for them. You need to keep your eyes open and pay attention to what they're doing because they're so used to us saying they don't care about us and turning away and walking away. But Portsmouth, I vow that I'm going to continuously remind you about what our leaders are doing to us, for us, and against us.
That's right, Minister Love, because we have to remember that our leaders should be held accountable for whatever they're doing in our interest. They're called leaders for a purpose. They're supposed to stand up for those that can't speak for themselves. And when you're not standing up for those who can't speak for themselves, you're not doing much leading.
Or when you're taking advantage.
You're taking advantage of your position. You don't want people that take advantage of their position to better themselves, to make themselves look good. You want people that are going to take care of you, that's going to say the things that you are not able to say.
Get into the logistics of what's going on with the city. Look at the money. I mean, $400,000 they're paying to rent a building, and they're saying they cannot build a new jail in the city of Portsmouth. I mean, they have not been good stewards of our money at all. And I'm just tired of it. And I want my fellow citizens to be tired of it as well, because I am a city, P-Town girl. I am a Portsmouth City girl. I was born and raised there. And I came back after I was, went in the military, became a deputy down here in Portsmouth, Chesapeake, and I finished college and everything. But I came back and stayed in my city, and I love my city, and I don't see where I should not step up in my city. See, that was my fault for not stepping up previously, but you have to make sure you're prepared and you learn things that you need to learn by watching other politicians, So I've done that. So it's time to step up. We can't just continue to sit down and let people come on the outside and start running our city.
That's right, Mr. Larry. Just for the youth, we have to be examples for them. We don't want them to think that anything they do is okay. So since we don't want them to think that anything they do is okay, we have to do what's right. And we can't afford to be followers or somebody that we look up to is doing things that they have no business doing. We can't be followers in a chain reaction.
And we can't keep silent.
So if you see something, say something. And when you can, support those that you know are doing the right things that's going to look out for you.
And see, the thing to me, Ms. D, is how disrespectful the majority of the city council is. I mean, they didn't listen to Mr. Councilman Glover, Councilman Battle, Councilman who is the Vice Mayor, Lisa Lucas-Burke. They did not listen to any of the adversities of making that decision to close the jail. They didn't care, and they did not care enough to talk about why they were going to do it. They just did it. I mean, they just was like, we don't care what you think, we're going to do it. And I'm telling you guys, I don't care what they run for. We should not put them in any other position in our city, because they have shown that they do not respect the citizens.
Minister Love, you got to look. See, a lot of things we don't see. We don't even hear it. But sometimes the plans have already been made before these people come into council.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
They've already decided what they're going to do. The little inklings, the little things we hear behind closed doors that they've said, that they had plans for something else before they even came forward. So with that being said, when they get to where they're in front of us, their minds are already made up. And when your mind is already made up and you can't listen to diversity, then I have a problem with that.
But you feel like there's no reason to give us an excuse. You don't need to give us an explanation. I mean, that right there is a slap in the face.
Well, they can't give an explanation when the explanation that's the true explanation is not worthy for your ears, because it's something that has nothing to do with you or the city.
Yeah, because it's personal.
It's personal.
It's some get back, and we're not going to be doing get back after 2020. We trying to finish with get back. We're trying to get some real leaders that really cares and really willing to work for the citizens. And I'm going to keep throwing my plug in, because I know that's me. Because let me tell you a little bit about me. We're going to switch up a little bit. We're still going to be on the same topic. But I was that type of person. If you haven't read my book, you really need to get my book. You can go on my website, www.devonleaveney.org, and get my book. Because I was a selfish person. I didn't care about anybody, over myself. It was like, it was, I could help you, but it was something that intervened with what I wanted, and it was not beneficial to me when I needed to be beneficial to me. I didn't care. So the love for others wasn't really there. See, I'm being transparent because that's what I do. But when God got a hold of me, and see, I fought by calling. I was like, Lord, I know you're not calling me. I like to be in the club too much. I like to dance too much. I know you cannot be calling me to stand in front of your people. And so, but let me tell you something about that calling. He didn't give up on me. He put so much pressure on me that I had to give in, because you can't box with God. So anyway, when I gave in and said, Lord, I'll do whatever you want me to do, he lifted that cloud up off of me. And he let me know that you're going to change as I change you. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to act like you holier than thou. I'm going to change you. And what I see in myself is what's important to me, because I see how God has changed me to be a caring person, to put others' wants and needs above my own. And see, couldn't nobody do that but him. And so that's why I know that this is my time to be in politics, because I care more about the people of our city than I do about my own needs. I'm going to take care of me and my family, but I really care about our people. So I have nothing, as far as personal to gain from being a politician, being on the school board, because I just want to make sure that it's somebody up there that cares enough to say, hey, this or that, or this or that, or this or that. Options, not just what I want, what I think. It's what you need. Come here, let me talk to you, teacher. What do you need? Come here, coach. What do you need? That's the type of people we need. Somebody that cares about what the citizens need in the city, and not just what they think they need. Because you cannot make decisions for people you ain't never been down up in there. You ain't been in the foxhole. How you gonna fight? You're going to fight from the the high top of the stairways. No, you got to get in the foxhole sometimes. You got to see how people's feeling. You got to see what they need. And that's what I'm willing to do for the citizens of Portsmouth. And being that this is our show, I can do this, can't I, Ms. G?
Amen.
So that's what I'm willing to do. I care. I love my city. And when I say that, man, I truly mean it. So I just thank God for putting that in me. Don't get it twisted, though, because I'll put fire under you over my people. But I love my city. I ain't no softy.
Well, I have to admit, Minister Love, the city of Portsmouth, every time the paper comes out, it's always about something that we didn't do or something that went wrong. Everywhere you go, there's always going to be something going wrong. We need to stop allowing people to put out everything that's going wrong in the paper about the city of Portsmouth. The city of Portsmouth have beautiful, hard-working people. But when the top goes awry, then it makes everything else look like it's dwindling. But so we have to clean up the top.
We have to
clean up the top and put people there that we know are going to look out for us.
That's right.
For the things that we love, the things we need, the things we care about. So we have to keep that in mind come November 3rd.
And we're talking about Portsmouth, but that's in every city.
Yes.
If you're having an issue, it's up to the citizens to get it cleaned up.
That's
to
right.
get it right.
That's
okay?
Right.
And you start thinking and paying attention for yourself. See, it's a difference when, like with the Bible, it's a difference when you start reading and understanding the Bible from when you was younger and they used to tell you what the Bible said.
Right.
You find out you had a lot of scriptures that weren't scriptures. Like the Lord said, come as you are. You won't find that in the Bible. Okay? Just like with politicians, political arena. It's different when you actually get in and start paying attention to what they say, and you start realizing who avoiding what the facts and everything just to make themselves sound like they are legit and correct in what they're doing. So you have to start really paying attention to what they're doing in your city, whether it be Portsmouth, Virginia Beach, wherever you are. You have to pay attention, and I thank God for opening my eyes to want to start paying attention. And so now I want to start doing what I was trained to do as a child, and that's to come back and be the future of the city of Portsmouth.
Amen.
Because that's what we say, our children are our futures. So
Amen.
We train them to come back and be the future of, Portsmouth. So that's what time it is now.
Yes.
So it's my time to come back and be the future, and then the kids after me, the youngs after me, come back and be our future and take care of us. So I don't know. Come on, Miss G, chime in.
Everybody has a moment when they need to sit down. And sometimes you have to sit some people down because they don't understand it's time to go. So in the city of Portsmouth, let's sit some people down, put some new faces in these places, and allow us to enjoy living in our city because it's a great city.
That's right. That's right. Portsmouth is a wonderful city, and we're gonna take Portsmouth and show y'all exactly how wonderful it is. We got some wonderful people running for candidacy on the local level, and we just ask that you listen to us all. But I ask for your vote.
Save a seat for Minister Love.
Save a seat for me, because Portsmouth, we can do better.
Amen.
And I love you all. God loves you. I love you. Make sure you love yourself and go on and love someone else. Until next week.
For the past 15 minutes, you have been listening to the Love Spots radio broadcast with your radio minister, Minister Love. Make sure you stay tuned once again on next Saturday morning at the 11 o'clock a.m. hour for the same.
Okay.
5 minutes prior.
Oh, I'm loud. Okay, hey y'all. We didn't go as deep as I wanted to go into it, but we touched the.
Y'all taking care of yourselves.
We touched my food. We are. Let me get my food, y'all. I was so hungry.
The evangelist Ernestine Pleasant.
We touched the basis of it,
Pick it up,
but we didn't go into it as deep as I wanted to. You can read the newspaper about what's going on with the city,
I know, you're such a good
but we're gonna make sure that whatever I can do on the school board for our kids and our families and our staff, I'm gonna make sure I do it. Y'all got the right one right now, because I haven't cared about this much in a while. I haven't cared like this in a while. I really care about what's going on with our kids. I really care about what's going on with our families in Portsmouth. I really care about that, because it's important that when people go to work, they are comfortable. They don't have to worry about, do I have to work tonight? Do I have to get a second job? I think you should get paid. I really think that teachers shouldn't have to pay student loans back. If I could do something about that, I would, but I can't. But I don't think you should have to pay back student loans. I don't think that you should have to work second jobs. I think that your pay should be sufficient for you to take care of your family, and I think that if that's so, you'll be better equipped and mentally to take care of somebody else's child all day long. So I'm going to do what I can to fight for our teachers and our staffs and our families in Portsmouth. And all I ask you to do is do what you can by voting for me. God loves you. I love you. And you make sure you love yourself and you show somebody else that love. And I'm going to be with y'all real shortly. Okay, and don't forget my kickoff. It's going to be April 24th. $30 for the dinner and the dancing and the information that we're going to put out. And we're just going to have a good time for 2 hours. It is a fundraiser, but it's going to help me be able to get some things out. All right, y'all take care. Goodbye.